Keith Thurman rumored to fight Josesito Lopez. Stay tuned. Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing if you want to become part of the gang. Notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Shout out to New York Fights, NY Fights. Link is in the description. They were the first ones that I seen kind of tackle this. And Keith Thurman is rumored to come back January 22nd. And the rumored opponent is Josesito Lopez. Now, if you follow my channel, I've also heard this rumor about Keith Thurman a while ago, but I heard it was for this year. I don't know what's going on with Keith Thurman, but that is the latest. I have no confirmation if this is an accurate rumor, because let's not forget there was a rumor that Keith Thurman was going to fight Zab Judah, and it was met with cries from the fan like, what, Zab Judah? Why would you fight him out of all people? Right now, Keith Thurman did say this 2018 was going to be his quote get back year. Hell of a get back year, because he got back for the whole year and hasn't fought. Last time he fought was against Danny Garcia in March of 2017. And it's really weird for Keith Thurman. Very good fighter, very eloquent and articulate when he speaks on boxing. But the crazy part about it is he went from an immense high, unifying with an undefeated name in the division, an anticipated fight that particular year with Danny Garcia. He convincingly won, in my opinion, and I picked Danny Garcia. I thought Danny Garcia might be able to catch him with a shot, time him lunging in or whatnot. But props to Keith Thurman. And he went from that, where people were like, damn, Keith Thurman got the most belts out of Pacquiao and anyone else in the division. He's the man, to announcing he had elbow spurs and had to have a surgery, and he was going to be out till late 2017. They said the doctors said he could come back in October, November, December-ish. He didn't come back. Then there were rumors that he was going to come back in January, February. He was at the Showtime up front announcement where they had Broner and Omar Figueroa and announced their calendar for the first half of the year. And he was doing interviews saying, not going to happen, baby. Me and Errol Spence, we're not going to happen. We're not going to lock horns this year. That's not going to happen, because this is my get back year. And coming off an injury, I know better. I'm going to take not a top 5, not a top 10 guy, and I'm going to come back the correct way. And then after, we could discuss that. And this get back year turned out to be Keith Thurman on the sidelines for the whole year. I know he got married last year. Congrats to him on that. I don't know. A lot of people speculate he lost the hunger. I don't know those types of things. Only he knows internally, or maybe his team, what he feels in regards to his love and affinity for boxing. However, it's been an abysmal year for Keith Thurman. Like, not only have we not seen him in the ring, but in my opinion, he should have reached out to the powers that be at PBC and been on that mic, because I think he would be a good fit for a commentator. And that's what it keeps you in the limelight. Sergio Mora and different guys, Austin Trout, they've done the commentary thing. So it keeps a paycheck, a paycheck flowing. I'm sure you get to travel, you get to watch the sport, but he just kind of fell off the radar. And meanwhile, now it's looking like we'll get Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia, which is another thing it's kind of sad if you think about it, that a guy who was fighting at 135 to 140 might fight Errol Spence before Keith Thurman, and that was the desired matchup. That's just insane to think. But props to Mikey Garcia. But I definitely think Keith Thurman, he shouldn't have went about it in the certain way that he did. Just disappear off the face of the earth. Where you're lucky to see him at a PB like Broner and Tank. I see all them guys at all these PBC shows that I go to, you know, even smaller ones like Devin Alexander versus Andre Berto. You know, I seen Broner was there, Tank was there, and a slew of other people, you know. But when it comes to Keith Thurman, we seen him at the Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, and I know he's at Danny Garcia versus Brandon Rios, but he hasn't really been like coming out showing face and stuff. And when I see him on social media, his social media kind of died out. He used to post a bit more frequently. Then he was like posting these Zen trips and stuff to Japan and playing the flute and all that. That's cool. Like, of course, have a personal life, but this is still a career. Or I think, you know, Keith Thurman is still, you know, trying to make it a career. And the most disheartening thing is Keith Thurman is a good fighter. That's why we want to see him back, you know. So that's why it makes it worse. Like, if he was just some weak fighter, then no one would even care if he disappeared, you know. But it's the fact that there's a lot of great him and Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, Danny Garcia, Sean Porter rematch. You know, there's a lot of options for him. As far as Josesito Lopez, I mean, he's been out so long, so yeah, he would want to not go in with Terrence Crawford or not go in with Errol Spence straight away. He was saying that before, so he's been out even longer. So if he's not coming back till January, that's like almost 2 years since he last fought. So yeah, I could see that fight happening. I don't know if it's true, but I don't even remember the last time Josesito Lopez fought. So that sounds like a fight that could get made. But again, I have no confirmation that that's absolutely the direction Keith Thurman is going to. I just want to see the man back healthy and back in the ring and, you know, get a fight or two under your belt like Tyson Fury, and then start challenging, try to get your belt back, stuff like that. Because right now, Sean Porter has Keith Thurman's belt, and he doesn't have a win over Keith Thurman, you know? So who knows? Who knows what happened in the rematch? But these other guys are getting more active. There's a lightweight who might fight Errol Spence before Keith Thurman. I think Keith Thurman and Anthony Joshua, and there's a couple other fighters, they have to get back into the public eye. Like, this is still a career. I understand. I'm not trying to be harsh on fighters and stuff like that, but it's still a career, you know? And I think Keith Thurman particularly, he would make for awesome commentary. So I don't understand why he didn't play that angle. Like, when I used to work at Lowe's, we would have an associate, let's say in the lumber department, and they lifting something the wrong way, they would injure their back. They didn't just get on workers' comp, you know, and then just stay at home and play video games. They reallocated those bodies to other positions in the store that didn't require the heavy lifting. You know, you could be a spotter when someone's on the forklift and you got to put up the banners and stuff. You can do that, or you have to answer the phones. And I remember this dude, I don't want to say his name, but there's a dude, he was injured for like 5 years and he was young too. And he was always talking about how he used to wrestle and stuff, but whatever. Anyway, they put him on the phones up front, you know, as the call center, one of the ones doing the call center. Like, you can answer the phone. So there's still stuff you can do, you know. And I still feel the same thing with Keith Thurman. Okay, cool. You're coming off of surgery, but you don't have to disappear completely. You can still make your presence known. You can still, I know he did the Brendan Schaub below the belt, but that's just because he was kind of in town for Danny Garcia, Sean Porter. And then after that, he kind of disappeared from the spotlight. I mean, to each his own, but that's just my personal opinion. Keith Thurman versus Josesito Lopez, I'll watch it. Really, I don't know how Keith Thurman is going to return. It's like when people disappear, you don't know how they're living. Like, the only person in that same situation that I kind of trusted to not do too much in the 2 years, like in terms of gaining weight, ballooning up in weight, is Floyd Mayweather. But he's from a different era. Like, he's more of a throwback era. So when he disappears for 2 years before fighting Juan Manuel Marquez or before he fought Conor McGregor, I wasn't really worried about it because I've seen him throughout. You know, he's still posting pictures. I could still see he's in shape and stuff. I don't know about these other dudes, you know, Tyson Furies and Keith Thurman. When they disappear for nearly 2 years and 18 months, I don't know what they was doing. You know, I don't know how they're eating. I don't know if they're still sparring, training. You know, we don't know. So Keith Thurman, to me, as great of a fighter as he is, he's in the Tyson Fury boat where we don't know. It's a shot in the dark. We don't know how he's going to come back and look. So, you know, Josesito Lopez is rugged, tough, upset Victor Ortiz. And I'm not saying that's my prediction, because obviously I would favor Keith Thurman based on technique. But I'm also basing this on a prime Keith Thurman that I've seen throughout his career. But when it's different under the bright lights, you can have all the training camps that you want. Like, you got to understand the human body and anatomy and stuff, and muscle memory. And, you know, just like when people get bedridden in a hospital, you know, from your body, in essence, is not working the same because you're not active. So you have to learn how to walk again and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that Keith Thurman's that, like, you know, disabled or decrepit or whatever, but, you know, it's a difference, a far cry from doing a couple, you know, doing a little bit of light work on the treadmill or whatever, living daily life, versus somebody trying to destroy you for 12 rounds, you know. So we got to see what type of shape Keith Thurman's in, if he looks like the same fighter. Let me know what you guys think if this fight comes true. They're doing a PBC Fox announcement. That's another reason it could be true, because I could see this going on Fox, right? That type of fight, because when he fought Collazo, that was when ESPN had to deal with PBC. Let me know what you guys think. We should get some clarification soon. Link in the description. Drop your thoughts. Make sure you smash the like button as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.